Hi guys, so I'm stopping by to make a video. I think I'll need to do it in parts because I have completed this game, but I think I'm going to have to either play it again or watch somebody playing it and take notes, because I want to talk about a fan game, Tomb Raider, a fan game. It's a reimagining of Tomb Raider, and as soon as I saw it I thought I want some of that. I want to get in there and give that a go. Just the level design is really excellent. So I definitely have mixed emotions on it. It's mostly positive, but there are parts in this that I just think I would sooner not do that stress again. Some parts I don't even believe I got through them. So I didn't know that this was controller compatible. This is bonus points straight away. Now, I didn't know it was. I read in his description that it was, but I couldn't get it to work, and it's just because I was plugging in the controller when the game was already running. What you have to do is plug the controller in and then launch the game, and then it works absolutely perfectly. I use a PS4 controller plugged into the computer. Really easy to install this as well. It's really fucking easy. You just download it, unpack it. That's kind of it. It's the way to go, and it works really well. And the fact it's controller, I wish I knew this. I got to Egypt, I got to City of Carmouche struggling on keyboard controls when I didn't fucking have to. There are times I was like, I'm dying on this and I shouldn't. This should be something I could naturally do with my eyes closed. This person really understands Tomb Raider. This is a really good reimagining. If it wasn't for certain parts, I would play this over the original, honestly. I just think it's got so much going for it. And like I say, the person understands Tomb Raider. This felt how Tomb Raider did when I first started playing it. It was a really magical experience for me, really special, and it really touched my soul. I'd never felt a game or experienced a game that spoke to me on a spiritual level like Tomb Raider, and this feels that way. I was so excited to play it. So usually when people make a more challenging version of Tomb Raider, they just put loads of fucking hard shit in it for the sake of it. Timed fucking situations, which there are a few of, but it's mostly focused on the platforming. It's more challenging in knowing where to go. The platforming is quite hard. Some of the jumps just are really hard to make. I did two very difficult jumps. One in Tomb of Qualify and another in what was it? The Colosseum. There's two jumps in particular that are really difficult to pull off. The angle and everything. So I was replaying it because I completed it, but I'm replaying it. This is how good it is, because I got 20 of 60 secrets. I started to want to find the secrets, and then it got to a point the game was quite hard, and I was like, I just want to get through it. Yeah, there's two jumps. I did them first time. I think I had beginner's luck on a lot of this. I did them first time, but the second time I played it, one of them in particular, I died about 30 times, and I had to look at somebody playing it to look what angle do they jump at, because I can't fucking make it. But god, this is a really fucking hard one to do. But the first time I played it, I did it first fucking time. What the fuck is this? There's so many sections that I failed on because I was playing on keyboard. All I had to do was run away from a boulder and jump out at the end of the tunnels. All I had to do was jump out to the right at the end of the fucking tunnel. But no, playing on keyboard, she just stops and side flipped off the edge. It was quite high. I didn't die, but I took a lot of damage, and I did try to do it all on my own. There were parts I had to look at a guide. One, I didn't know where to go. For example, there was a room I entered the wrong way. I managed to get in the wrong way, I think, and there was nothing in this room. And I was like, what is the point in coming in here? And I think I was supposed to come in a different route, but I'd found a different way in. So this room was pointless. I didn't understand it, but it's because I came in the wrong way. So there has been points that getting out from the bottom of the folly. For example, you have to use the slope. There isn't a slope. There is a slope. It isn't a slope. It is a slope. It's not a slope. But it looks like a slope, kind of, but it's not a slope. But there's this one fucking ledge at the bottom of the folly, and you can stand on it. It's the only ledge you can climb on, stand on. So I was like, you must get off of here. I was like, how the fuck do you do this? This one ledge doesn't lead anywhere. And it's using the slope that ain't a slope, that is a slope, that isn't a ledge that you jump to from here, but it looks too sloped, so I gave up on it. Just sometimes you should just jump to things that your gut tells you to jump to. So a massive percentage of this game I do think is way better than the original. Honestly, would not go back to these levels in the original. original. Some levels I would prefer were a little bit different because this game is almost perfect. I wish there was a version that was slightly easier, turned all the timed traps off, for example. Anything you pull a switch, you know when there's a time situation where you pull a switch and the music kicks in. Certain scenes you do, like so that music underwater where you got to pull switches to get a trapdoor open so you don't drown. But yeah, there's a few timed switches and I could do without them if it wasn't for the timed situation, because a lot of times they've kept faithful to the game. When there's a timed situation, they will put it in, but god, the timing of some of these is so tight. I just wish there was a version that turned all these off and there was no rush to get to things, because I can deal with it on a certain extent, but there's some parts, like the trapdoor part in Atlas Mines, so you got to pull the switch and you have to fucking get across the chasm you jumped across. And I went a different way to the guide. I jumped off the end and fell down. I don't know whether it added more time. I literally just made it across. I just fucking made it across. The thing is, Laura's controls have to be down on these. If she fucks around, which she does a lot on this one, there's one where you land on a ledge and you've got to fucking jump on one above, but you've got to take a step forward and then hop back so you can jump up onto this trapdoor. She landed right on the edge. You could just hop back right away and jump, but no, you have to take a step forward and then hop back and then jump up. It's just like, Lara, can you not fucking just land on the fucking edge so that I can hop back and do it faster? But no, I just wish there was a version where you could turn these off, because if it wasn't for these time situations, I would honestly think this was better than the original. This person has done such a good job. It makes me want to play it over the original. There's plenty of situations where they could have put time things in and they didn't. There's only a few things in the game that are on timers, but when they are, it's just really tight and stressful. I just can't deal with it. It really ruins the game for me. Yeah, it's harder, but it's just stressful as fuck having to get to something before it closes, before the trapdoors drop down. Thank God you can save it anywhere. I'm playing it again. I'm way past 1,000 saves. I'm way past 1,000 saves now. It's about 1,050 saves or something. I save all of the fucking time because we don't get this luxury on the PS. You have to save it when the save crystals, but you can save at any time. I just take advantage of this, save it all the bloody time. So honestly, most of the game, I just think it's so much more improved. Even levels that I didn't like in the original, like Palace Midas, it's amazing in this. I just found Palace Midas a little bit boring in the original, and in this it's one of my favourite levels. Just excellently paced, so interesting. I love the amount of swimming stuff they've put in as well, like really deep swimming sections. Even Atlas Mines, I like a good percentage of this level, but when it gets to the timed fucking trapdoors, this is where I think when I play it again, which I am, I'm gonna really struggle to want to get through this because I know how fucking stressful it is. So I think this is one I will play a lot for the earlier levels, but the later ones, there isn't much that's going to keep me coming back. I know the level design is really excellent. I don't think the Great Pyramid is the strongest level in the game. I think it's a little bit weak. I actually think the original Great Pyramid is actually better than this. Natlet is a bitch in this. He laughed at how fucking ridiculously easy she was in the original. She don't fucking let you away with any of those shenanigans. I heard you talking shit about how easy I was. Well, check this out. I'm gonna fire 3 fucking strawberry balls from my wrist. She's always behind you. She never gives you a chance to kind of look at her. She's shy. She doesn't like you to look at her. Look, don't look at my brown tights. But she's a real fucking challenge in this. Doesn't help the fact there's fucking mutants fighting alongside her, so you've got to deal with them. There's a big hole in the floor in the middle, so you can't really flip around. You've got to deal with all these bastards and her as well, which is firing 3 fucking fireballs at you. And she moves really fast. Like, even if you get a chance to get to a point where you can side flip her, it's still really, really hard. She's really challenging in this. This is where I was like, I don't think I can do this. I had like 7 large medi packs left by the time I got to her. That was it, because I hadn't found many of the secrets, and I didn't even really care about looking for pickups because it was just hard and intense and I just wanted to get through it. Running out of medipacks, I was like, I don't think I can do it. I really do. I had loads of ammo because I'm one that saves my big guns till I really need them anyway. But he did say that save your ammo, you will really need it. And yeah, when you get to like Atlantis and stuff, you really fucking need your big guns. I had loads of ammo left. Ammo was not an issue. I had like 50 odd shotgun rounds I didn't even use. I just find the shotgun really infuriating. I've realised how fucking annoyed I am at it. That slow motion animation of her getting it out and putting it away. It's really epic as fuck. Until you're being shot by Pierre and you need to get faster guns out. And she's taking fucking ages to put this gun away and you're just getting shot by Pierre. You're kicking at the lions because we're talking about Timothy Hogan now. I made a video where I just played Timothy Hogan, the opening of Timothy Hogan on keyboard, and I was an absolute jittery mess. Hi guys. So I'm going to make a video. I'm cold and my adrenaline is pumping. I'm so on edge. It's just fucking terrible. Timothy Hogan. I didn't fucking imagine it to open all the fucking barrels of apples on this one. I think it's because Timothy Hogan is seen as one of the most pointless filler kind of levels in Tomb Raider. The opening of this, I think they've been quite good with the difficulty so far, but they really cranked it up to 110 on the opening of Timothy Hogan. I haven't used any of my large weapons until this area, because like there's 1,400 monkeys, 25 million lions, and Pierre as well. So you see a ramp, and you see a switch in the way of the ramp, and I'm like, I'm onto you. You're going to send a boulder down when I pull this switch. So I pulled the switch back, flipped up the way. Nothing came. I was like, okay. I thought I knew this game better. I thought I can smell a boulder trap when I fucking see one. But no, it didn't. But foreshadowing. So there's a little medipack on the floor. I'm already like, that's rather suspicious because this is a harder version of the game. Medipacks and stuff aren't very dotted around. You kind of have to rely on like finding them tucked away and shit. But this was just on the floor. A little welcome gift for the shit you're about to have to do. So you slide down a slope and already it's just a room full of cracked tiles and they're all crumbling. Like you haven't even stepped on them and they're all crumbling. What the fuck is this? So I stood in place. I was in a panic. I was like, what the fuck's going on? Just stand in place. I fell through the floor, landed below on safe ground. I was like, oh fuck, okay. And then I noticed there was boulders because there's tons of spikes as well in front. And then I heard boulders coming down. Oh, but just fucking accept my fate. Got rolled over. So the second time I did it, I jumped at the end of the slope to give me extra speed, but it was too fast and I had to wait for the platform to collapse, so it fucked me over basically. So you just slide down the slope and run, and you drop down, and you have to run past two swinging fucking axes, jump up to a slope while boulders are rolling after you, slide down, and then there's a crumbling platform section. Now usually I love crumbling platforms, flippy ninja section, so you have to flip and shit. You just have to run and jump over these crumbling platforms. You need to be able to control Lara really efficiently here. You need to get the jumps right. Thank God you can jump and grab a crumbling platform and it stays intact until you climb on top of it, because if it wasn't for this I wouldn't have made it. But this was not in Timothy Hogan. You drop down into some water and there's a crocodile that you have to take out, and that's kind of the stress. That's all you do. But this, holy fucking shit. Like, how am I supposed to do this bit? And I was like, pray to the lords, basically. Kiss your ass and pray to the fucking lords. But I did it. I don't know how the fuck I did it, but I did. Oh, fuck me. But then you get out of that and then there's loads of enemies and Pierre, you're getting shot and she's doing a slow motion. It'll take 4 fucking hours to put me fucking shotgun away. Just, Jesus Christ, Laura, can you not put your shotgun away just a little bit fucking faster? Just put the fucking gun away. You just need to get the fucking Uzis out to take down this fucking gate. It'll take you 4 fucking years to put your fucking gun away. So use the shotgun at your own risk. It might take 4 years to put the gun away while you're being attacked by fucking lions. So there is a more intense version of this with way more enemies, what I heard. I heard he removed 400 and something enemies from this version of the game. Jesus Christ. I just can't imagine it. Already there's loads of enemies. There's some quirky fucking enemies in this one. So, crocodiles. By the way, there's lots of crocodiles in water. Now, normally I hate this, but there's lots of situations where there's a big, massive pool of water and you're swimming in Palace Midas when you swim under the level and the water is great. It's so great for someone who loves underwater bits. This is so fucking great. But there's two crocodiles swimming around at the end. God, do they look cute. Look at them in their natural habitat of big open water. Like, I don't mind crocodiles when they're in a big open piece of water. It's when they're in a tiny fucking room of water on a tiny corridor. This is when I don't fucking like them. But look at them swimming in the big open water. They look so cute. I don't know why. I just have a new love and appreciation for water crocodiles, which I've never fucking appreciated. The enemies to just jump scare, whiz out from behind, saying, "Ah, fucking crocodile!" Rats at the side waiting to be triggered. I'm waiting here, and then jump out. We're coming alive now. There's a crocodile in a cistern. When you train, you see it when the water's full. It's outside the cistern before you get into the cistern. Just swim in. Against the rock. It's just trapped. It's fucking trapped forever. And then you go back out when you drain the water and it's just lying on the floor. Just lying there where it's just so fucking tired where it's been swimming against this rock for fucking hours. I shot it. It disappeared up through the rock. It just disappeared. It went up. It's like being abducted by aliens. It was just drawn up through the rock and it disappeared. So I was just like, okay, that's the lost cause then. And I pushed the block there. Push the block. Push it. Push it. Push it. Push it. Dun, 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 dun. Wow! So while the entire time I'm in here pushing this block, there's a shadow. There's a fucking shadow hovering around above me. Just everywhere I go, this shadow fucking follows me. And then I got to the end and it just drops down through the rock. Twice I've been jump scared by an enemy fucking off somewhere above and then it's dropping down to my head. Yeah, there's a monkey in Tomb of Chihoka as well that just fucks off into the rafters. And I didn't know where it had gone. It just disappeared. It weren't coming out. I didn't know where it'd gone. I knew it was around somewhere. It wasn't even making any noise. So I just got on with it, pulled this block out, pull it out, and then it just drops down on my head. Now, it's a high area. It shouldn't have been able to get up here. I think it used the block because the enemies love to get on top of blocks in this. You think you're safe on top of blocks. No, you're not. Enemies fucking get up there and show you what for. He'd obviously got on top of this block and got up where it was, shouldn't have come down, but then he just fell on my head. It was the most frightening fucking thing ever. It just fucking dropped on me. I don't like them anyway, but fucking secret. It's a secret. Rafter monkey coming from the rafters. Then where the fuck is gone? It fucking drops on your head. Fucking awful. This was a section as well. I didn't know where to go because the scenery was lying to me. Climb up in the block, there's an area you can go up. Literally, you can come up here. There's a path. There's like a ledge opposite to this ledge. So you obviously need to get up here because it's a flat ledge. You can stand on it. It looks like you can grab it, but it's a very environmental based jump that you don't even have to fucking do. And I spent about 30 minutes making this jump and you didn't even have to. So your ledge that you're standing on goes up towards the wall. So I know that you need to use the environment a lot to make a lot of jumps in this. The ledge opposite you goes the opposite way. Let me think how this works. It's wrong. And it does lower down on the left side. So I tried to jump from the higher part of my ledge over to the lower part of the ledge opposite. This made sense. This is why it's angled like this. This is what you're supposed to do. But she just kept failing it. She should have grabbed it, but she didn't. Her fingertips were just touching it, but she was too low, obviously. So I spent ages trying to jump off the higher part of my ledge and guide her to the lower part of the ledge opposite, which makes total fucking sense. But every time she didn't make it, I was like, it must be what you do. The environment and the ledge here provided is telling me so. Eventually I made it, and then there was a ledge opposite it, which was absolutely fine to make. And then it was like, where do I go? There's physically nowhere to go. There's nowhere to shimmy. There's no blocks to push and pull. I could see a really high opening above me. I was like, how the fuck do you get up there? So I made this ledge You don't. You fill this fucking room with water and you swim up. So I didn't have to make these ledges. But these 2 ledges you could stand on. You could reach them with a lot of fucking work and you could stand on them. But you don't do anything with these. So I spent most of my time getting to this ledge. I didn't even fucking have to. Yeah, generally, I think this game is just better than the first one. The first one, it will just seem kind of underwhelming now. City of Vilcabamba, just no comparison. It's so much better in this. It's going to seem so underwhelming when I go back to the original. We have to fight Larson. But I had so little health because the mummy likes to come alive in this version and fucking attack you. But I was just about to finish the level and I had so little health and I didn't want to heal because I want to try and save as many resources as I can. But I noticed there was a ledge just to the left of the waterfall where you come out. This is the area from the first game actually taken where you fight Larson. I just jumped onto here and he come out and he didn't know what the fuck to do. He was just running around in distance in a flap. It was the most hilarious thing. He was just running around in a flap because he didn't know what to do. He'd just come out and he was just running around doing it as a sort of arm thing, like he's going to get ready to fire his gun, but he's changed his mind because he can't quite get a lock on her. But she's a bit far away. It was that kind of thing. It was just an arm, an arm extension. And then back and he was just running around in a circle. His red shirt and his blue jeans are hovering around just in a fucking flap and a panic. I didn't know what the actual fuck to even fucking do. He doesn't even know how to handle it when you roll behind him. Oh shit, she rolled behind me again. Fucking hell. Larson, how the fuck can you deal with Larson? What the fuck is a Larson? He's useless if you roll behind him. That's what a Larson is. So yeah, I didn't think much of the Great Pyramid. Less time sections would make this way more enjoyable for me, but generally I think this person has done a phenomenal job at their version of Tomb Raider. I just think so much of it that it just blows the original out of the water. I love how much it feels like Tomb Raider as well. It just feels so familiar and I love it. Recommend giving it a go. It's really easy to install, it's free, and God, it will rock your fucking world. If you're a fan of Tomb Raider 1 and you want slightly more challenge, it's way more challenging. It's not as challenging as it was. It's removed 400 and something enemies from the game. But if you want something a bit more platformy challenge, I've just really enjoyed playing it myself, really looking around at the environment, figuring out where to go, how to jump, where to jump to, looking for shimmy points, blocks to pull. I've just absolutely loved, really, like, just knowing I still have it. Like, I still have it. Me and Tomb Raider are quite good together. I understand Tomb Raider really well. I still have it. It's really reassuring to play a game like this. Do it all myself as much as I could, because I did have to use a guide occasionally, because I really did. But just looking at the environment and getting up to places on my own, just studying the environment, looking at ledges I can climb up, and it's just, I felt so clever. I felt so clever because I did play this when I was younger. Yes, I had a guide, but I still think there's a certain amount of skill needed. I just wanted to talk about it. I might talk about it in better detail, but I just wanted to have a little fond chat about this fan Tomb Raider. It's just amazing. Like I say, it just has that spark, that special Tomb Raider spark. It just excited me like it did when I used to play it. This person understands Tomb Raider, and it's really great, because most people make a fan game just make it hard, and that's all it is. It's just timed things, timed this, but this is more like environmental stuff, like more difficult platforming. I just love it. I think it's so great. I don't think there's anything else I want to talk about. Nothing other quirky shit happened to me. I just love the fact the crocodile disappeared through the rock. I didn't know a shadow was there, but anyway, I'm gonna go. Definitely check it out. It's amazing in my opinion. I think it's done such a good job. Gonna go.